Hi there, this is Dr. Saira and welcome to Therapist Thursdays. I'm meeting with you once a week to talk about everything that's going on. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about asking for help. One thing I've noticed with my clients is that people seem to be waiting a little bit too long before actually reaching out. So I've had so many people say to me over the last couple of weeks, I didn't want to call you or I didn't want to reach out, but then it got really bad and I realized I had to call. I want to let you know that mental health professionals around the country are working to support you right now, whether that's individual practitioners, whether that's associations like the Canadian Mental Health Association or the Center for Addictions and Mental Health. There's so much programming, there's so many worksheets and online sessions and private calls that there's so much out there. So for people who are living with depression and anxiety anyway, this is the time to ask. This is the time to seek help. And it's not just seeking help from professionals like myself, it's also seeking help from your own family and friends. I often find that people who finally at the end of the day call me and say, yes, I need help, they tend to be the people who they carry a lot of other people on their back. So they're people who reach out for help. No, other people reach out to them for help, but they rarely reach out. And so if you're one of those people, if you're one who's used to carrying everybody else's burden, you also need a place to land. You also need somewhere where you can go and talk. So again, whether that's a friend, whether that's a family member, whether that's just going outside into nature, sitting under the trees and writing in your journal, but some way of getting it out. The most effective, what we found in the research, is actually connecting to another human. And that's why this COVID-19 crisis is so difficult, because when we're under threat, as mammals, our impulse is to find other humans and gather. That's how we stay safe psychologically and physically. And right now, we can't do that. And so you'll notice that we're finding ways to do that, right? We're finding ways to virtually connect through online video conferencing with extended family or drive-by birthday parties or different ways we're finding. I want to say that you don't have to be strong at this time, okay? Because being strong at this time simply means you'll break. You'll break. This is the time to reach out, to connect, to let people in, to not feel like you have to do this alone. Yeah, okay, we're not in the physical same space with each other, but we're connected. We're absolutely connected. And what I'm looking at, what I'm trying to concentrate for myself over the last few days is trying to look at the beauty that I'm seeing emerge in humanity right now. So there's a story that my mom was telling me about somebody in the slums in Mumbai, I think. He put the word out that if people really need food, if they need flour, that he'll be at the stand at 2 a.m. and people can come and collect their flour. And so, of course, many people are like, I'm not getting up in the middle of that. But the people who really needed it, they got up and they went to this guy and they got their sack of flour. And inside each sack of flour, he'd put kind of hundreds and thousands of rupees worth of money in there for them to have with their other needs. And so there's these incredible stories of people like just going above and beyond. You see this shining of humanity. And so if you're feeling low, you got to know there's someone out there who can make it better, just even in that moment, because they're not feeling low. And we'll all have our up days, we'll all have our down days. And when we're having our down days, let's reach out to each other. We don't have to do this alone. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know the trajectory. You don't have to be the one who's like pumping everybody else up all the time. You can have your time. You can be down. You can be lonely. You can be frustrated. You can be, and I talked about this actually last week, that there's a lot of pain for people right now. Part of the pain that I'm seeing with my clients and those I love is that pain of not being able to actually serve the people they care about the most. Can you imagine that's what we're hurting about? Not being able to be there for each other at important celebrations or rites of passage. That's what we're hurting about. It's about being separated from those we love the most. Dr. Gordon Neufeld talks about togetherness. He has a great, for those who are parents, he has some really great content right now out on parenting through a pandemic, fantastic content. And he talks about how togetherness was always the answer for us. Togetherness, coming close, that's what actually helps us. Right now, we're not able to do that. And even if we are doing that, like for example, in my little home with my husband and my kids, we might be in the same physical space, but we might not be kind of connecting emotionally. We might not be together emotionally. And so that's what seeking help, that's what reaching out is all about. It's about allowing yourself to be emotionally close to the people who care for you. So those are my thoughts for today. If you're interested in joining us for our women's group, we're running Saturdays at 1:30 Pacific. I'll be here every Thursday for Therapist Thursdays. If you want some one-on-one support, myself and my colleagues at Dragonfly Wellness Center are taking on new clients and also offering free support calls. So reach out. There's lots of help out there. You don't need to do this alone. And we'll see you next week on Therapist Thursdays. Bye.